Hey guys, Lancelot Archer here. It's Friday, it's Day, which means he is back in the tower. Okay, so he is outside he's in the tower Plaza, opposite the Vanguard's quartermasters. I say quartermaster, the Vanguard leaders, so where Savala and Co are. Okay, so let's go see what he's got. So also I'd like to apologise if you guys can hear any construction work just happening in the background. My neighbours are currently reconstructing one of their properties, and they started work sort of this week, so it's been very loud. So if you can hear it, apologies in advance. So here we go, let's see what he's got. Okay, so starting off with, we have the Legacy Engram for the leg armor. Okay, so that's 29 strange coins. And next we have the Glasshouse for the Titans. This is an intellect discipline roll. Oh wow, that's a really good roll. Maxing out 65, 64. This is a really good roll for the Titan helmet. So for this helmet's perk is Blessing of Light and Weapons of Light last longer. So obviously, if you pop in a Defender Titan and you've got those particular perks on, this just makes it last longer. I don't know the exact time duration, how much longer it lasts, but I do know it's a significant while longer. I just can't give you the exact times. But in terms of rolls for your tier 12 guide, this Titan helmet is probably best one out there. Percentage wise, I'm assuming it's like 99%, but it's really good. Right, next we have Shinobu's Vow. Okay, this is for the Hunter. This is a arm exotic. This is a discipline roll maxing out at 89. I believe that's on the low end. So this this exotic perk is improve script grenades and gain an additional script grenade charge. So for those of you who play Hunter, or those of you who've played against the Hunter who've had this on, know that Shinobu's Vow is the one where the skip grenades are doubled and they will follow you around the map. I have faced this many a time and absolutely hate this friggin' exotic. Actually, I just hate skip grenades in general. I don't hate the exotic because I've got it and it's useful when playing against it, but I do absolutely hate playing against hunters who use this particular exotic, especially in trials. It's ridiculous that they needed to nerf skip grenades so badly. Right, next we have the Ram for the Warlock. This is an intellect strength roll. This is maxing at 65 for the intellect and 61 for strength. So this is also another top tier one for the Warlocks. If you haven't got this one for your tier 12, obviously get it, because this is I'd say this is like a 96, 97% roll. This is still pretty good, still very, very good. So this one is, its perk is gain increased armor and all Voidwalker melee attacks trigger lifesteal on hit. So this, back in year 2, was the go-to helmet for trials back in the day, because it gave you an additional armor. I can't remember the exact number on how much it gave you in terms of armor, but a lot of people in trials would run it. So they could take, I think it was, they could take a red snipe. So back in the day when you would get red snipe, I believe if you saw a Warlock wearing this, they could survive and still have a minimal amount of health, if I remember correctly. So this essentially was the one perk for Warlocks or exotic item for Warlocks that allowed them to survive headshots upon rezzing. But since then they've obviously nerfed it because it was too overpowered. Even I had to admit it was overpowered. I had the Ram back then, but never really ran it in trials, just because I preferred revive speed over survivability myself. So the quicker I could get my teammates up, the better chance I believe we had back then. So, but yeah, this is, I don't know how it fares now. I haven't seen many people run around with the Ram in Crucible. I'm not sure if it's still the same as it was back in year 2. In terms of like the extra armor, because I believe they bumped down the armor number. I can't tell you exactly, so I'm just guessing here. But yeah, so if you haven't got this, pick it up. And the weapon of the week is the Telesto. So this is a fusion rifle with void damage. So the perks for this weapon are multiple kills with this weapon spawn orbs of your allies, and fusion projectiles attach and detonate with a delayed void blast. So essentially think of this as the scatter nades for the Warlock put into a fusion gun, but they stick. So essentially is what it is. So it's not a bad weapon. I don't really see, I mean, when it first came out it was fun to use in Crucible. It's not really had much of a use in Crucible recently. I mean, fusion rifles are still good weapons. They're fun weapons to have, but with them currently now being sidearms, the majority, anyone using a fusion rifle is doing it purely for fun. And I suppose with the amount of special ammo that respawns as quickly as it does, you can have fun with a fusion rifle, but obviously if you die a ton of times after just picking it up, it kind of messes it around. But I suppose this is it's a great weapon. So you know, if you haven't seen the color schemes that you get with it, this is obviously the one that gives you the ornaments. So there you go. There's the Queen's Command, and then we have the Lingering Vestige, which is a luminous blue. But yeah, it's not a bad weapon, but you can get other fusion rifles that can do better. Saladin's Vigil being one of them. 77 Wizard, if you've got that. You know, in terms of exotics, I think Plan C works out better, just because obviously it's faster firing, and it's got the insane impact rate to it as well. So, but in terms of this, it's an alright weapon. This is something you'd probably run on a Nightfall if it had a burn on, just because obviously it'd be better. But yeah, and then after we have the glass needles, the 3 of coins, your heavy ammo packs, your cuirasses, and then your material exchange. Okay, so next week, Bungie does its last reveal stream before the actual update. So next week, apparently on the Bungie stream, we'll be getting a look at the new armors. So the new armors, I think they said we'll be just talking about, I think, the new Vault of Gear stuff, which I'm looking forward to because I love Vault of Gear armor, like especially for the Warlock. I thought that was like the best looking armor in the game for year 1. I just was so happy when I got it. So I'm looking forward to getting that back again. And then after that, the update drops down on the 28th of March, if I remember correctly. So that will be interesting to see what they do. I believe the first raid that will be doing the challenge is Oryx. I doubt it's no, it's not Oryx. Sorry, Crota. It's Crota, not Oryx. But full apologies there. It is Crota that will be doing it. So they'll have the 2 challenge modes live in that particular raid. So that'll be interesting to jump back on. So no more cheesing it, people. No more swinging your sword across the bridge. I mean, granted, my team and I, we never did it, but we had other ways of doing it. So you know, I think we were one of those people that sort of jumped outside the map to do it. But I believe that's all been fixed, so people have to now do it the legit way. So that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, so this is what we have for Xur this week. There are 2 tier 12 gears available for characters. So if you don't have this Warlock Helmet and you're looking to get to tier 12, this intellect strength roll is pretty high and it's pretty decent. And next we then have obviously the Glasshouse for the Titan. I mean, this is probably the best exotic in terms of roll out of everything here. I mean, look at that, 65, 64. That's nearly 100%. I mean, that's still a great roll. I mean, if you're not using the helmet for the blessings, I mean, you could do it just because it'd be hilarious to see what, you know, just run around as a suppressing Titan. But there you go. You know, it's a great helmet with a great roll. But yeah, this is it for this week. So if, like always, if you haven't got any of these, pick these up. You know, just to complete the collection for collection's sake, because obviously when year 2 rolls around, oh, sorry, not year 2 for Destiny, when Destiny 2 rolls around, none of this is coming over, so we'll all be starting fresh. So that's it for this week. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you all in the next video. Take care and bye.